We are live, and this may sound a little bit funny, but I am doing the show remotely. I think we all are doing the show remotely. And I am Dr. Van Merkle, Doctor of Chiropractic, board certified in clinical nutrition. I've been here behind this marvelous 1290 microphone now for over 25 years, right here in the Miami Valley for over 30 years. And I know it's a crisis time we're in right now with the coronavirus and the COVID-19 disease. And we are going to do our best to give you information that you can do right now at home and some things to think about that will help you stay healthy. And I'm going to start right off that it's a virus. It's actually, from what some people say, others say differently, it's fairly mild. It's very sensitive to heat and sunlight. And if you will do some basic things, I think we'll all get through this very well. But there are some people who are going to be just inherently more susceptible due to the nature of who you are and what you may have, your current situation. I think you probably all know that. But let's just go through that again. Are you at risk of the coronavirus? Are you at risk? Now, here are the risk factors. If you're over the age of 50, okay, I'm over 50, but I think there's other factors more important than just a chronological age. Here they are. Do you have a heart condition? Do you have diabetes? Do you have high blood pressure? Do you have kidney disease? Do you have cancer? Do you have lung disease? Are you a smoker? Let me go a little bit more on these. Do you have diabetes? Are you on medication for it? Are you on insulin or type 2 where you're taking oral medication? Those are increasing risk factors. Do you have kidney disease? Or have you had any liver, kidney, heart, lung transplants? You're at greater risk. Are you on any immunosuppressive drugs for those transplants or for other conditions such as MS, lupus, Crohn's, psoriasis? Those immunosuppressive drugs make you more susceptible to infection. Are you under chemo? Are you getting chemo or radiation? Likewise, it damages your immune system, suppresses your immune system, which makes you more susceptible to problems. And what we're here to do is, you can't always change where you are right now, but there are a lot of health problems that people have that could probably be reduced with some changes. And I'm making some notes here. And I apologize if you hear a little bit of noise. I'm not sure where it's coming from. But if you can clean up your diet, let me also mention smoking. If you're smoking anything causes lung inflammation and lung irritation. If you're smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, if you're vaping anything, you are at increased risk because this is a disease of the lungs, and if you make the lungs inflamed, you're going to have a greater risk. Likewise, if you're in a highly polluted, air polluted area, where there's a lot of pollution in the air. Now, I know here in Dayton, Ohio, we've got, it's a little cloudy now, but pretty clean air. You know, when I travel to Los Angeles and other cities, and as I'm flying over, you see this haze over the city. I think that is also caused lung irritation, and we need to do things to try and reduce that. Now, I was also looking at different places around the world and what they do, and wearing a mask. Now, I know that we don't have all the masks that we want, and you might be able to find lesser quality masks that don't necessarily go to the small size that's needed for the coronavirus. However, a couple thoughts on a mask. One, any mask is better than no mask. Maybe it will reduce the number of particles of the virus to get through. It just won't get them all. But the main thing I think a face mask can do for you or do for people is to reduce the mode of transmission. one of the primary modes of transmission is contact with your mouth, nose, or eyes with your hands. And when people put a mask on or glasses, they just don't touch their face and nose and mouth because they got a mask on. So I think a mask is as important for a self-reduction in exposure as much as the air. Although if you're within 10 feet, you sneeze, there may be some air particles there. But I think we're not getting much people sneezing now. I think we have more contact coronavirus exposure from people touching things that have exposure to it. And obviously metal surfaces is able to live on for 8 to 10 hours. On clothing, it seems to be less. And you can wash your hands, and the soap helps to break down the actual viral membranes. And so frequent hand washing helps to reduce the exposure by doing that. And one of the things I was looking for is, okay, what can you do on a day-to-day show, on a day-to-day program in your house to help reduce what's in your house. Now, in my mind, once you've done a thorough cleaning of your house, and you might do it twice, I don't think you have to be so paranoid that since you are in your house and your family is in your house, that if you've been pretty much in your place for a couple of days, and you're not going out to a big community environment where there's a lot of different people, I think if you just do regular precautions, you're going to be okay. Just remember, the people who are dying are the ones that fit those criteria that we just talked about, that have those risk factors. Young people, I don't believe there's been any children that's died. Young people, if any of those are dying, it's because they have underlying health conditions. Healthy people have nothing to worry about. Even myself, how old am I? 63. I'm not worried a bit about it because I have no risk factors other than one, my age. But I don't smoke. I'm not on any medications. And let me just say, if you're on inhalers and breathers and things like that, corticosteroids to help breathing, that steroid does increase your risk, I believe, of making you more susceptible to the virus. So I would but if you're on any medication, even things like statins, because of the effect on the liver, it can reduce your immune system. And that's going to be a factor too. So any medication that you can get off of or reduce, okay, blood pressure meds is one, you don't want to have a heart attack, all right? Having a heart attack would be worse than having a coronavirus. So make sure you don't have something critical, but are there things that you could reduce or minimize, like, I don't know, sleep medication. You need to sleep, but are there medications that you could reduce? Your headache, your pain medications, things like that. Are there things you can do? Eating right. Reduce your foods that cause congestion, like dairy, milk, cheese, all produce mucus, which again, mucus is a great medium to grow bacteria and other bad stuff. So clean up your diet. Now's a great time to do it. Clean up your diet. Eat better. Get away from the fried foods, the junk, the pop, the soda, those kind of things. Really try to work better and use this time as a special time to improve yourself, to get your body healthy. We all need that thing. We all need that. And so do those things. Now, we come back from the next break. I'm going to talk about some vitamins you can take and some other activities, things you can do at home, as well as what about a flu shot. Now, you listen to Dr. Merkle at Take Two Healthcare, and we'll be right back after this break. Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Van Merkle again, and we are live this Saturday. I'm doing it remotely. They've got the studio locked down, and so all of us Ask the Experts are doing this from home, and I'm on my cell phone right now. I'm in my office, and we are talking about the corona, SARS virus, and things that you can do. And it's been interesting that since we've had this coronavirus, I've not heard anything about flu shots. I'm going to talk about flu shots here in just a second, and is there a connection between the coronavirus and flu virus? And but after the break, I'm going to talk about specific things you can do to boost your immune system, to optimize your health, vitamins you can take to just give your body every opportunity it can to stay as healthy as possible. And there's some things that we're doing, and we have a lot of patients are using it, and I'm going to give you specific instructions and things to do and ways you can strengthen your immune system. But I want to talk just briefly here, and I mentioned it last week, about the flu shot. And here's the question. Is it possible that getting a flu shot makes you more susceptible to the coronavirus and to COVID-19? Now, why do we say that? This article is the title. It's in a journal homepage, a vaccine. Contents available at Science Direct. And the title is Influenza Vaccination and Respiratory Virus Interference. Virus interference among Department of Defense personnel during the 2017-2018 influenza season. This is written by Greg Wolf, Armed Forces Health Surveillance Branch, Air Force Satellite at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. Does that place sound familiar? Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio? Yeah, it's right here in Dayton. I'm saying that because I know there's some people listening online. And they may be listening all over the world, and they don't know that Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is right here in Ohio. And the purpose of the study was to receiving influenza vaccine may increase the risk of other respiratory viruses, a phenomenon known as virus interference. And so the basic thing here we'll skip right down to the results. Examining vaccine interference by specific respiratory viruses. Basically, if you give somebody a flu shot, does it interfere with your body's ability to fight other viruses? And vaccine-derived virus interference, let me say it again, vaccine-derived virus interference was significantly associated with coronavirus and human metapneumovirus. So what they're saying is the flu virus, which is what was being tested here, was significantly associated with coronavirus. Now, let's see, the article was received June 20, 2018, revised September 30th, 2019, accepted October 1st, 2019. And so let me say it again. They were studying the flu vaccine to see if it caused virus interference. And they state specifically that virus interference was significantly associated with coronavirus and human metapneumovirus. Is that earth-shattering or what? Are you more worried about the flu virus or coronavirus? And now we see that all these times, I wonder how many people that are getting sick, maybe getting really sick and dying, had the flu shot. We never hear about that. We don't hear anything about that. I hear of doctors who are getting sick and they say they don't smoke cigarettes. But they're not saying if they got a flu shot and they work the hospital, what do you bet? Do you think they got a flu shot? More than likely. If medical personnel are getting this virus, do you think they've had a flu shot? Everyone. I wonder how many people in the United States are getting the COVID-19 disease, getting very, very sick, that had the flu, that did not have the flu shot. Well, who gets most shots? Well, medical personnel, obviously. In fact, if you're working in a hospital, you're almost mandated. You are required to get a flu shot to work in a hospital, in a nursing home. And how many people in a nursing home have gotten their flu shot? Probably all of them. And now we know that, okay, maybe, and we're not even sure the flu shot works that much, but now to know that the flu virus vaccine makes you more susceptible to coronavirus. Wow. I've told you for years that your body's immune system can make whatever it needs. It's the best chemical factory around. It can make whatever it needs if it's healthy. And healthy people don't need flu shots. My mother is 88, going on 89, and has never had a flu shot and has never been very sick at all. She takes one low blood pressure pill a day, and that's it. Never had a flu shot, no pneumonia shot, none of those shots, no shingle shot, and her friends think she's crazy, but she's healthier than any of them. You'd think there's a correlation. Now, when we come back from this break, I'm going to talk about some specific things you can do, vitamins, etc., to help you stay healthy. You're listening to Dr. Merkle at Take 2 Healthcare. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Van Merkle again. We're having a little technical difficulty here. We are doing these over our phone line instead of being in the studio, which makes it a little more challenging. We don't have all the, I don't have the producer telling me, pointing his finger at me saying, okay, it's time to go. And so we're kind of just guessing here with that kind of thing, but we're in the same position that everybody else is. We're trying to reduce our exposure with people. And so this is how we're doing the shows now. And it's rather interesting, but carry on. I got some great information now. Again, I'm Dr. Merkle, Doctor of Chiropractic, board certified in clinical nutrition, and we're here to help you. Our clinic is in Royal Swiss Village. That's in Centerville, just north of Whip Road. And again, that's Royal Swiss Village, about a quarter mile north of Whip Road. And we've been here for over 35 years helping people. It's a great honor to help you and help people in our community for all this time. And we've helped people with many, many serious health problems and conditions. And I believe that we've got some answers, some things that we might be able to help you improve your health. Don't misunderstand me. I have no cure for coronavirus. None. There is none. There's no vaccine. There's no shot. There's no pill. There's no drug. There's nothing that cures coronavirus except your own body. Your own healthy body has the ability to heal it. Because if it didn't, everybody who got it, who showed positive for the virus, would be dead. But I think the stats are less than 1%, around 1% of people in the United States are dying once they test positive. I think in China it was 4%. That still isn't very much, 4%, but 1% is a lot better. And so 90% of the people recover without any problem. Because, first of all, probably, in the United States, you're not supposed to even get tested unless you have symptoms. I was reading in Japan where they don't want you to even get tested unless you've had a fever for over 100 for over 4 days. Now, we're testing people more quickly than that. In fact, we're testing people more than anybody else. We're testing per 1 million people more than any other country. So we do have more cases, I believe, because we're testing more. Japan is only testing 1/4 of the equivalent population, and they have correspondingly lower rates of coronavirus. We're testing more, so we have more. And so the idea is to reduce the people who are at risk, like I mentioned earlier. If you smoke, if you're over 50, if you've got diabetes, heart disease, asthma, if you're on chemo, radiation, if you're on immunotherapy, and if you smoke anything, you're increasing your risk. So if you don't do those things, your concern are really not significant. Then the point of you not going out, even though you're going to recover your kids, it's extremely rare that, in fact, I haven't heard of any children getting this or dying from it because their immune systems are healthier and they're generally on much fewer drugs than the older people. So the idea of all this stuff we're doing is to keep grandma and grandpa from getting it and dying, or from old people from getting it and dying. And so we're doing our part. Now, I think we can also use this time now for some family time, to appreciate family more, to do some things with family. And I tell you, I was so honored last night. My 2 daughters came over. One brought her boyfriend, and we played board games. And we also played some other games. Jackbox.com is a fun one. and it's a group game that you do together. And so we're playing games and board games that are a lot of fun. And there are some board games that are cooperative board games. Now, what I mean by that is it's not you fighting each other like Monopoly or something, but there are cooperative games that you all work together toward a thing. And we had Kira introduced us to one that is a lot of fun, and it's cooperative. You don't end up having, well, that person beat me or I lost. It's like you're all working together toward a goal, and that's a fun thing to do. Okay, now, vitamin-wise. First of all, get out and get some fresh air. Get out and get some fresh air. That's always a good thing. It rains. Rain helps to drop the virus out of the air, and it also produces ozone. And ozone also helps to clear the virus out of the air. So does humidity. So as it gets warmer and we get more rains, the virus is going to naturally get washed away. And that's the idea. But what can you do for yourself above and beyond those things? Key things. Vitamin D is huge. And vitamin D helps to strengthen the immune system. And whether you have COVID-19 or coronavirus, it's good to take it because it works. It's phenomenal for colds and flus, vitamin D. And what we recommend is you take about 5,000 every other day if you're not sick. If you are sick, take one every day. And if you feel like you really come down to something, well, then take 3 or 4 a day for a week. There's no harm in taking these high levels for just a few days. Now, there are other vitamins that are phenomenal in helping your body fight viruses. Things like curcumin, which is turmeric, ginger, bioflavonoids, vitamin C. Other things include lauricidin, vitamin D I just mentioned, zinc. So zinc lozenges, man, you can't buy those anywhere right now. And there are some other herbs that do too. But a lot of the vitamin companies' stores are out of these immune building systems. And we've got my staff, Lindley, did a phenomenal job of kind of predicting this. And she got a very nice supply of a product we have called SBN-CC, curcumin complex. The CC has nothing to do with coronavirus, by the way. It is just SBN-CC curcumin complex. And it's got turmeric, ginger, bioflavonoids, and vitamin C. All are antiviral. Lauricidin, one of the strongest natural antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal nutrients we've ever found. We use a ton of this stuff, and it is phenomenal, not just for viruses, but for viruses like shingles and strep throat, things like that. Vitamin D I mentioned, and zinc chelate or zinc vitamins. Now, zinc lozenges are hard to come by right now, but zinc pills. See, there's something if you hold zinc in your mouth, it absorbs through your mucous membranes, and it helps to fight stuff off that way. It seems to be a little more effective. So, the zinc tablets, cut them in half, crunch them with a hammer, make them powder, split it up because a zinc tablet might be 50 milligrams, whereas zinc tablet might only be 10. And we might want you to take 3 or 4 zinc tablets a day if you're okay, or maybe 5 or 6 if you got a little cold or flu. That's about 60 milligrams of zinc. So if you take a pill, crush it, and then take a little razor blade or something and divide it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but divide up and put it in a little, you just put the powder directly under your tongue and let it absorb there. If you want to take a little sip of water, but kind of swish it around in your mouth, and that has, trying to hold that in your mouth as much as you can. Now, it doesn't taste good. Wham, it doesn't taste good. Do it anyway. And then again, so if you're not having symptoms, take 6 curcumin complex a day. 2 teaspoons of lauricidin. It comes in little pellets. You just dump it in your mouth, and it just goes away. Just get a little sip of water, and it just disappears. Take your vitamin D and your zinc. And we got a sheet at our office that gives the directions on this and what to do, and we have these products at our clinic right now. And thank goodness that Lindley was ahead of the game on that and took care of that. but we do have these now, and we walk them out to your car. So there's a phone number on our office door. You go in and dial the number, order it. We take them right to your door. And by the way, our new office hours for this period of time is 9 to noon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 9 to noon. You can order the vitamins online. You can go to take2healthcare.com, take2healthcare.com, and you two, however you want to spell the two, take2healthcare.com, and order your vitamins. And we can ship them to you if you want. UPS delivers, no problem doing that. If you want them quicker, you can just stop by the office and we will hand them to you in a plastic bag, obviously. So do those things, but do get out, get some fresh air. Walking, exercise always stimulates the immune system. So one thing I've been doing is they have on Netflix all kinds of exercise routines. They have low impact to high intensity. Pick one. Maybe in the morning, pick a low intensity. Get out there and do it. A lot of them are half an hour long. Trust me, you probably have a half an hour right now to do this. So get out and exercise, and or exercise in your house if you don't want to get out. But exercise and get your blood circulating. Exercise, get a little sweat going. That boosts, stimulates your immune system. That's all good. Hopefully it's warm enough now. Open up the windows and get some fresh air and let it blow all that bad air out, and get some air circulation like that. So if you will eat better, and I'm serious, eat better. Cut out the junk food, the pop, the fried foods, the candy, the chocolate, candy, chocolate, what else? Ice cream, dairy, things like that. Get your body healthier and take the vibes we recommended. Exercise, smile, laugh. We could be in a lot worse situation. I know everybody thinks it's the end of the world, and I know it's hurting a lot of us, a lot of small business, as well as every business right now is being affected. Every business right now is being affected. And although one bright spot, and I hate to even say it, when I went to fill up my car for gas today, it costs less than $2 a gallon. I think for regular unleaded, it's down to like $1.29 a gallon. So if you have to get out, fill up your gas tank, that'll be one little help. But that's not significant. But every little bit helps. So be aware of your fellow people out there. Be nice, be kind. Don't hoard. Come in and get your vitamins, and now help you get going. Now it's time for a break. You're listening to Dr. Merkle at Take Two Healthcare. Our office number is 433-3241. We'll be right back after this break. And welcome back, everybody. This is Dr. Van Merkle at Take Two Healthcare. And our mission, our purpose, our goal is to help you be healthier. If you want to live a long, healthy life, start as early as possible. Don't wait till you get sick to do something. Be healthy. And that's where we're at right now is a perfect example. Those people who took care of themselves and have eaten right and maintained their weight and they're not diabetic, they're the ones that aren't having the problems. And this is something that it happens. You know, these viruses and things come around. They've been coming around every few years. And this one seems to be the most... There's been people die from other viruses more than this one. But this one is getting a lot of attention right now, rightly so. I mean, there's a lot of deaths and things like that. And I think the president is doing the right thing by shutting the government down, having people stay at home, and reducing exposure so that we don't have an extreme increase in deaths, so we can lower the spike of people getting sick. And by lowering that spike, we're going to have fewer deaths because we're not going to be overextending the medical apparatus, the medical tools that we have. So it's a good thing. Do your part. Do your part. Stay in right now. But I do believe it's going to naturally go away, just like others. It's just how soon is it going to occur. And so do what you can. Eat right, take your vitamins, curcumin, lorcidin, vitamin D, zinc chelate, eat right. If you can, get out and walk and get some vitamin D in the sunshine. Okay, we might have clouds today, but if you get time today, tomorrow, since we're all going to be home mostly, get out and walk. I mean, I don't think there's any better thing you can do than eat right, get out and walk, exercise, get some sun on your arms, your face, your legs as much as you can. Take your vitamins and try and be positive about this. I know that for a lot of people, this is a time of great hardship because of their work, or they own a business, or you're anytime you go a week, 2 weeks, who knows, maybe a month or more without any income, it's going to be tough. So try and be generous and try and be aware of your neighbors and things like that, where they're at. Obviously, you can't have them over for dinner, but maybe you could, I don't know, give them some cans or some frozen food or something like that if you see or feel that they need any help. So don't be hoarding, be friendly, be nice, and we'll get through this. This is the American way. Americans are generally very friendly, very generous, and let's really show how generous and helpful we can be to everybody in our community, not just our family, but our community, the people we work with, and really just take that in consideration. So a little bit, again, I'm Dr. Merkle. My office is at Far Hills Avenue in Royal Swiss Village. It's called Take Two Healthcare. And we're just north of Whip Road on Far Hills Avenue. That's Highway 48. Our office number is 937-433-3241. And our website is take2healthcare.com. Now, we're going to have the information. And I've actually videotaped this. And we're going to have a videotape of this show with all the references and resources are going to be online. So if you want to look up that reference on this one here, I'm holding it up to the camera, how the flu vaccine causes virus interference. Don't take my word for it. I want you to go and look up these things yourself. That's why I have the references here. So yes, the flu virus may have contributed toward the situation we've got in this country. The flu shot, not the flu virus, the flu shot may very well have contributed toward this problem that we've got. So I think there's going to be a whole different world come up this fall when people want to get the flu shot. This may be a whole different new world we're looking at, and maybe we need to do things like we've talked about, take vitamin D, these other supplements, so you don't have to worry about it. Wow. And let's see. I know my time is just about done. And I know it's a little scary out there. You're afraid of getting it, but most people don't have to worry about them getting it. The main concern is, are you spreading it to your grandparents and the people who are at high risk? The vast majority of the population is not at high risk of getting COVID-19, the disease. We may be carrying it. In fact, there's a lot of people carrying it that are not sick. They have no symptoms, and they don't have to worry about getting sick, but they are carrying it. And so that's concern. That's why they shut down the nursing homes, so you don't accidentally spread it to your parents, to your grandparents, that kind of thing. And so do what you can to stay healthy. Take the vitamins we recommended, get some fresh air, and we will get through this. And like I say, every Saturday that I'm on the air, do something today to be healthier than you were yesterday. And there's a lot you can do. And I'm going to tell you to eat a salad, grill some chicken, or something like that. Stay away from fried foods. Get some fruit. Again, eat a salad, avoid dairy. So do something today to be healthier. Take a walk. Call a friend. Right now is a great time to call and talk to people on the phone. We all need support. I usually say go to church tomorrow, but we're not going to go to church, are we? But probably your church has something online that you can watch and get fed spiritually that way. So let me try it again. Do something today to be healthier than you were yesterday. Take a walk. Call a friend. Eat some fruit. And by the way, we're going to be here next week. I'm Dr. Van Merkle with Take Two Healthcare. Be well, everyone.